Hi everybody, I'm Meyer and today I am doing the Bookternet All-Stars Challenge. So this challenge has been created by Rachael. I think her channel name is just Rachael Marie, but I have to check. I'll link her announcement video down below. She has created this challenge where we have a checkerboard graphic, and basically you can make a video, you can make an Instagram post, a blog post, anything about saying which of the books on the graphic you have read, and if you want to read them, what they're about, if they're favourites, if they are least favourite. And every submission Rachael gets, she will donate €1 to a charity pot for COVID-19 charity. And then out of all the submissions, she will choose one person, and then that person will get to choose the charity out of a pre-selected list. So this challenge is basically, have you read Booktube's most favourite books? Spoiler alert, I have not read very many of them. And as you can see, I've changed my bookshelves yet again. I swear I change my bookshelves in like every video. But I have taken inspiration from Jessie over at Jessie May, I think her YouTube name is. And so all the books that are the regular way, these are the books that I have read, and the books that are pages out are the ones which I haven't read. So hopefully through my videos you will see more books being turned the right way, because that will mean I am on a positive journey. So in the top corner of the graphic, our first author is Angie Thomas. She has written books with great Black representation in them. They are The Hate U Give and On the Come Up, I believe. I haven't read either of them, but I have been seeing The Hate U Give around a lot, and it is on my TBR for a contemporary. I really hope I like it, because I do not like very many contemporaries. And then I've heard less about On the Come Up, so I will probably read both of them. They're on my Goodreads TBR at the moment, and then I'll see how I like them. The next thing on the graphic is a series, the Shatter Me series by Tahir Mafi. Got it, I think. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong in the comments. Which is a dystopian series about a girl with superpowers, I think. I haven't read it. It was 3 books, and then she has added an extra 3 books, so now it's a 6-book series, and it's got lots of like novellas and stuff in it. I also really want to read this, and if you don't know, you probably know them by, they've got massive eyes on all of the covers of the books, so you probably would recognise them. I do want to read these. I haven't been really wanting to read them for a while, only since I joined Booktube, but I think they'll be super fun and super what I'm into. The second author, the third square on the graphic, is Leigh Bardugo. She is famous for writing the Six of Crows duology, the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and King of Scars, all part of the Grishaverse. I do want to read these, starting with Shadow and Bone, of course. They are all on my Goodreads TBR. I feel like I'm going to be saying that quite a few times in this video. It's a fantasy series. I think that's all I know. I know that the Six of Crows duology follows 6 misfits who come together to form a heist. I'm not really sure about the Shadow and Bone trilogy or the King of Scars book. I know the King of Scars focuses on one character from the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and it's going to be its own trilogy or duology, I think. And also a 3rd book from the Six of Crows duology is coming out. The 4th square is the Cruel Prince series, written by Holly Black, who I recognise from helping Cassandra Clare write the companion novels. Oh wait, no. JK, she's actually not in them. Wait, I swear she's helped with something. Oh yeah, which you may recognise because she wrote the Iron Copper Gauntlet Magisterium series, middle grade something, with Cassandra Clare. I love Cassandra Clare, so I may consider reading it for her, but it's middle grade, so I may have passed my time may have already gone, so I don't know if I'll read them. But the Cruel Prince series is, I actually have no idea what it's about. It's something to do with fairies, and basically that hooks me in straight away pretty much. The fifth tile is The Bone Witch, which I had not heard anything about until this graphic thing, so I can't really tell you much about it. Moving on. The next square is Victoria Schwab, who is famous for writing Villain, Vengeful, The Savage Song, Our Dark Duet, and some middle grade books, I think. I want to read all of her books. I've heard so much rave about it, and then rave about them with everyone else. Hopefully they are also on my Goodreads TBR. I would want to start with The Savage Song, I think, because I think Villains and Vengeful are adult, technically. So I would probably want to start with her young adult, because I am not an adult yet. The next square is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. They are fairy tale retellings set in a science fiction universe. I have also not read these books, and they are also on my Goodreads TBR. They just intrigue me. I haven't read very many retellings in my reading life, but everyone seems to be talking about them, and I don't think I've even read like an original fairy tale before, so I don't know if I should read the original and then read the Lunar Chronicles. I don't know, let me know in the comments. The next author is Adam Silveira, who mostly writes contemporary, so I didn't really hear much about him, but I do want to read his kind of dystopian book, They Both Die at the End, and also his fantasy Infinity Sun, but I haven't heard many good things about Infinity Sun. I think it's the book with the lowest average rating on my Goodreads TBR. I think it's got like average of 3.25 or something, which isn't very good. But if lowest rated comes up on my board game, then I guess I will be reading it. The next author is Cassandra Clare, my favourite author. These two are not hers, but all of these are Cassandra Clare's books. I love them so much. We have the Mortal Instruments series set in New York in 2007? Damn, I'm a fake fan. But we have City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. Then the prequel trilogy, The Infernal Devices, set in London in 1878, I think. Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess. Then we have the Dark Artifices trilogy, set in 2012 in Los Angeles. Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, Queen of Air and Darkness. Then next door I have 2 copies of the Red Scrolls of Magic, which is the first book in a new trilogy set, I think it's set in multiple locations, but the first book is set in Paris? It's been a while. Set in 2010. This is Chain of Gold, the most recent addition to the Shadowhunter universe. A sequel series going on from The Infernal Devices. The series is called The Last Hours. Then I have 3 companion novels. Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy and Ghosts of the Shadow Market are novella bind-ups. And then the Shadowhunters Codex is like how to be a Shadowhunter manual. There's only one book out of the Shadowhunter books which I don't own, and that is the Bane Chronicles. I have read it, and it is another novella bind-up. And as you probably guessed, I rated all of these books 5 stars because I want to literally meet all of the characters and give them all the hugs, give them books hugs if possible, because I love Cassandra Clare. My reaction when my Chain of Gold copy arrived was quite intense. And the next book is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I have not read, which is an adult book, which I probably won't read this year. I'm going to wait till I'm a little bit older because it's an adult book, obviously. But I think it's about this famous girl, Evelyn Hugo, who is telling her life story pretty much, and I believe the book may be in interview format, or is that Daisy Jones and the Six? I don't know. Then we have Laini Taylor, who is famous for writing Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and then I don't know what the other books are called in that series. I do really want to read those. I have heard amazing things about them. I know Strange the Dreamer is about this person that believes in something that no one else does, and then he gets the opportunity to prove to everyone else that the thing he believes in is real. The next square is the Illumina Files by Amie Kaufman and J. Kristoff. It is a 3-book science fiction trilogy. All anyone ever talks about is the amazing mixed media in it. It is full of pictures, diagrams, or what I have seen, because I have not read that one, and it is again on my Goodreads TBR. It is about, I think the first book is about a couple that breaks up and then their planet gets stormed by aliens or something, and then each book follows 2 different people. I'm very interested in reading it, and also probably buying it to add to my collection, because the mixed media really intrigues me. I haven't read a book with mixed media before. Then we have the Scythe trilogy, Arc of the Scythe, I don't know, by Neil Shusterman. It is a dystopian, utopian book series where humanity has basically conquered everything bad, even death. So to keep the world from suffering from overpopulation, scythes are appointed and they must keep the population at bay. I believe we follow 2 apprentice scythes, like learning the ways of killing and being a scythe. The books in that are Scythe, Thunderhead, and The Toll. The Toll came out this year, I think, 2020, or maybe recently at some point. I am semi-interested in reading those. I've heard some people talk about it's their favourite series ever, other people talk about it was very disappointing. So I do want to read that one, but I'm not as eager as I am to get to it as some other books on this list that I am eager to get to. Now, the next author is Sarah J Maas, which is another author which I have read things from. Shocker, I know. I only permanently own one of her books, which is Queen of Shadows, the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series, and I also have Empire of Storms from my school library currently. I've read both of these. I love the Throne of Glass series so far. This book is my favourite in the series, number 4 so far. I have read, so the series consists of Assassin's Blade, which is the novella bind-up, the prequel, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash, which I have yet to read. And Sarah J Maas has also written the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, which is made up of A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Wings and Ruin, and A Court of Mist and Fury, and also the Bridge book, which is A Court of Frost and Starlight, which not many people enjoy. I want to read them. I believe they are a retelling of Beauty and the Beast. The girl that kills a wolf, who is not actually a wolf, is a fae, and then she has to go to the Feylands. And I also know that Sarah J Maas has released a new book, House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series, in March of this year, which follows Bryce, who her friends have been killed by demons, I think, and she is trying to figure out which demon killed her friends with the help of a fairy called Hunt. The next book is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I haven't read this book. Shocker. I want to. Also shocker. And it is on my Goodreads TBR. Shocker. I know. That's basically what I have to say. I don't really know what it's about. I know it has some sort of fantasy elements. I couldn't remember the plot. I've read the plot, I enjoyed the plot, but I couldn't remember what it is. The next author is Sean Maguire, who has written the Wayward Children series. I believe it's 6 tiny books. They're only like so small, where children have gone to places and then they come back a bit weird. That was a terrible explanation. I haven't read them. She has also written under the pen name Meyer Grant, I believe, for some spooky adult horror thriller stuff, and also she's written Middle Game under Shauna Maguire. I don't know what that's about or what genre it is, but I know she has written it. The next square is the To All the Boys I've Loved Before series, which is made up of To All the Boys I've Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You, and Always Am Forever Lara Jean. I haven't read these books. I have watched the movie though. That counts for something. The first movie. I haven't even watched all of the movies. Honestly, I think I'm a disgrace. But I do want to read these, even though I think I won't enjoy them very much. I want to read the first book and then I'll see how I feel. And because I'm not a big fan of contemporary, you guys know this. You guys know that fantasy is my favourite. So overall, I think the message is I need to read more of Booktube's favourites. I love my Cassandra Clare and have read some of Sarah J Maas, but I just need to read more, man. I think some of those are more of my anticipated books than others. Those being the Illumina Files, the Lunar Chronicles, and all of Leigh Bardugo's Grishaverse. Thank you for tuning in. I know it probably wasn't that exciting because your girl has not read Booktube's favourites as a general rule. But anyway, thanks to each and every one of you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below how many of these books you've read, or leave your link to this video if you have done the charity challenge. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!